The ever-watchful eyes of Google are upon you. Ever watchful, ever waiting, ever staring, a lidless eye wreathed in flame. It knows all your medical conditions, your history, where you eat, what size and color underwear your wife wears, what type of sex you're into. But you can trust the Bilderberg Group that created Google and runs it. You can trust them all to have your data. You can trust your child to be raised by the smartphone built in Chinese slave grids. You can trust the New World Order to put you in a technotronic ghetto and destroy your mind. And you can trust Bill Gates to take all the vaccines he has for you and your family. You can trust Monsanto with Bill Gates on the board, with the great food they produce that kills the rodents that are fed it and the honeybees that eat it. You can trust the New World Order because it's come to bring you life and prosperity. So drink deep from the sodium hydrofluorosilicic acid that comes out of your tap water. Don't read the Harvard study about it lowering your IQ and fertility and 7-fold increase in bone cancer and kidney cancer. Drink deeply from the delicious water of life given to you by your loving world government. And when you say a prayer at night, thank Google and thank the IRS for spying on you and using the data to persecute American scum that promote the Constitution. And thank the government God that it's training that homeschoolers are terrorists in drills nationwide. Kneel before the great all-seeing eyes of Google, ever watching, ever chronicling, ever tracking. America deserves to fall. America wants to fall. So abort some more babies. Go out and party, everybody, because it's all going to be a Holocaust in this country. But I don't deserve it, and my family doesn't. So I'm doing everything I can to stop it. But a lot of you out there that love this, you deserve it. Hope you enjoy it. Oh, let's make fun of Jesus. That's okay. But look at this. France's burqa ban sparks violence across Paris after police try to arrest woman for wearing a veil, and pregnant woman is attacked for covering her face. And again, it's on record that Muslims flying into the U.S. don't get searched, don't get groped, and don't have to take their burqas off because they say, I'm not a slave, I'm not going to do it. But Americans grovel in fear to the TSA because our religion is being land of the coward, home of the slave. Airlines warn not to fly Snowden. Yeah, all over the world, a no-fly list. I saw that earlier today. No one let him fly. No airlines. Stop him. The global technocratic control grid. Nowhere to run. Nowhere to run. How dare you expose we've got all the data and use it against you financially? How dare you expose we use it to game everything? And we're going to steal their pension funds, and they'll find out about it if they know we're doing this. We're a mafia of scum. How dare the people find out? Abort more babies. Have Gloria Steinem wear a shirt saying, I abort babies, and it's good. And now, I was reading, European countries are starting the euthanasia of babies up to age 3, murdering children, just the curse of evil upon us. Moving right along here, health benefits come under knife ahead of Obamacare. That's right, they're cutting your health benefits, and now the government says what treatments you can get. You get free health care, a free cane if you're going blind, or have a bad knee. Written by the insurance companies to make you buy it and double the premiums on average, and then take away all the actual health care. Yeah, let's abort some more babies. Let's just say they're not human. Well, they're going to say you're not human either. You like how that works? Let's continue. More than 1,000 IRS employees misuse government charge cards. No, out of CNS News. Oh, my goodness. That's just the nice people. They're hiring all these felons, thousands of felons per department. State Department, 2,000 felons, all of them, just an army of hell force. But it's good. Soon you'll be arrested for not being criminal. That'll be the only crime. I'm not joking. And it's just going to be an orgy of death, an orgy of cancer. All the blessings out the window, all the freedom out the window. Everything you could ever want, you're going to get now. And all you evil people are going to get it too. You're going to get bioweapons sprayed on. You're going to flop around vomiting and dying with your whole family. Yeah! Because the New World Order loves us. Satan loves us. Satan gives us power. Satan gives us the gifts of death and disease and poverty and humiliation and dishonor. Oh, are you going to say a prayer to your Diablo because he loves you? Let's continue here with more news. Sanity prevails. Oh, my gosh. Sanity prevails. U.S. Supreme Court rules that human genes are not eligible for patent protection. Oh, that's a horrible ray of sunshine. How evil. What will Beelzebub do with his little cupcakes? Monsanto video revolt. Massive grassroots campaign launched against GMOs and Monsanto. I'm supporting that. That's up at prisonplanet.com. Find out more. U.S. chemical weapons report in Syria fabricated, says Russian Prime Minister. That's impossible. Our government never lies. Continuing, Lindsey Graham says Ron Paul's policies are a threat to America. That coming from that sniveling pig demon. I mean, look at that just piece of filth. Continuing here. That's one case. Well, I'm not going to say it. Maybe his mommy should have performed a little lovey-dovey, a little loving abortion. Give his mom a peace prize. I'm joking. I wish no harm against Lindsey Graham. You know what I mean. I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. Learn a post-collapse trade before it's too late. Another article there. Oh, never learn a trade. You're supposed to be a service industry and just then not have anybody to service, but government boots. The new service will be sucking black boots as they kick you in the face and then taking your shirt off when they shoot you in the chest. That'll be the patriotic duty, is to line your kids up in a pit when they blow their brains out everywhere. And you'll assist them and help load the rifle because they're the authority figure. The authoritarian church has taught you Romans 13. And the government says, abort your baby for the earth. Chop them up for Jesus. Chop them up right now. It's for Jesus. Chop them up. Jesus says, chop them up.
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
Trendiness is going on. Let's continue. 20 examples of how America is really going down the toilet. Well, that's freedom. Let's continue here. That's just some of the news. I haven't even gotten to the other news yet. Oh, here, let's go to this. Let's go to this. Congress wouldn't pass carbon taxes. Obama just signs a regulatory order to increase the price of everything. And guess what? It goes in a private tax to him and Al Gore and the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers. And then Bloomberg's getting the slaves ready. This was already done last week. Obama tells Keystone foes he will unveil climate measures soon that will bankrupt coal and everybody else, so you can't have any power or it costs enough to bankrupt you because abortion's good. They're going to abort your future and abort your economy till you're bankrupt and only depend on government. And I say good. Those babies are defenseless getting chopped up. I'll tell you my sick side, folks. A lot of you out there that love this evil, it's going to get real bad. I'm going to have a little sick enjoyment watching you get what you beg for so hard. All right, let's continue here. I'm actually really freaked out by what's going on. You think I don't see? You don't think I don't know? You want to raise my property taxes and cut the Second Amendment and take my kids from me? And you say the state runs my kids on MSNBC? You don't think we're not going to fight you? You don't think we don't know you're going to blow stuff up and try to blame us? You don't think we're not watching now, you rat bastards? You don't think there's not fight left around here? Not all of us are in comas watching TV, buddy. Not all of us are busy, down at the bar watching UFC, looking tough in front of our buddies. Not all of us are here to be run over. Not all of us are fake men. You know how slime, I've got countless clips of CNN, MSNBC, even yesterday going, it's gun owners did this. They use powder from the gun shops to do it. I mean, I even predicted that. I mean, they've got their whole script. They're told, don't worry, we're going to get them real soon. We'll get the gun bill passed. Something's about to happen. Just go tell people they're the ones that are going to do it. Oh, really? Tell me, let me in on it. Nah, you're not high level enough, but we're going to burn these people. We're taking this country over. High five. Yeah, yeah. Then we could torture all we want, and it won't be Iraqis we're torturing. It'll be all these patriots' hot wives and their kids. They're all in there just high-fiving. Yeah, media matters. Hey, Southern Poverty Law Center, high-fiving. America's ours. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Go ahead and try to say we did it now. Go ahead. Go ahead and make my day. I probably shouldn't taunt them so much, but you know what? Do whatever you're going to do to me. Just if you ever do take me out, don't think I didn't know, okay? I'm not a coward like you. Let's talk to Nick in New Jersey. You're on the air. Go ahead.
Hi, Alex. Quick question. With the rising cost of student loans and the diminishing job market in America, in your opinion, is it worth paying for a college education these days, or is it a waste of money?
No, except for a very few highest scoring people who then join the right fraternity. You have to do that on top of it, and who make all the right moves. College is completely, absolutely worthless now, unless you're sending your daughter to a sorority to marry into another rich family. It is absolutely worthless unless it's squeezing the produce, you know, to see who you want to get married to. College is only good for social reasons, to continue elite or nouveau riche breeding, and even the wealthy are breaking down, and your daughter will just rebel and run off and, you know, marry some criminal and, you know, get tattoos all over her face. So it's absolutely worthless. And they admit it's a total fraud bubble. It was all designed that way. There will be no jobs. There will be no jobs allowed unless you go to college to work for Homeland Security and to get a Homeland Security grant or scholarship. And then even that, after they're done with the takedown, you won't get your pension. So, no, it's completely worthless.
Well, I'm already 27 years old. I have a job. I have a couple college degrees. But what would you recommend for students that are just leaving high school at this point? You know, what's a good thing for them to do to get into at this point to, you know, just for the young people?
I mean, if you just go to college for a semester as a guy to try to marry a rich girl, that's a reason to go to college. Women marrying rich guys, that's a reason to go. Like I said, if you can get in an elite fraternity, because that's how those things work, then you can, you know, get a job at an elite operation if you're smart. It's not enough to just have good grades. I don't know. The best job would probably be joining the police department and becoming a narcotics trafficker. Or you could join DynCorp and run children. I mean, that's probably some of the only... You could join Homeland Security. If you want to engage in criminal activity, kidnap children, ship narcotics, torture people worldwide, pull children's teeth out, rape them in front of their parents, DHS is hiring.
Who would have thought in 2013 that asking a head peace officer, if he would confiscate our guns if ordered by Obama, we would get looks that we were crazy, and some Fed next to us staring us down saying he's a private citizen. You remember that guy?
Yeah, who had a badge on and had his hand on his gun.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, like he was Quick Draw McGraw. Like we're scared of him with a gun when we come out in public violating the ordinance with guns mounted on our backs.
Yeah.
Oh, we're so afraid. You might get me. I didn't know that. Oh, you think I'm like you little frickin' coward? You think I'd sell my family out like you, dirtbag? You think I'm frickin' scum like you? You think I'm a coward like you? I'm sorry. I mean, it's just all a bunch of lawless, drug-dealing, murdering government. I've had it with you. I see you. I know who you are, filth, and I know the law. I mean, and the cops want to do it all. This country is so gone until we realize that there's no future. Look at this. Imagine. And these people do nothing all day but sit there and spy on us for the foreign banks that have occupied this country. This is a foreign agency now. This is a seized country. They're like, well, we do this to help you. You got to know how to shut down the businesses quicker, how to ship them overseas, how to find small businesses to harass. Your job under Agenda 21 is to destroy America, to get everybody on welfare. It's all on record. Talent payment services, actors or actresses, page after page after page after page after page, and we'll arrest you if you don't do it. We'll arrest you if any of it's wrong. I just got an FCC notice that we're not providing on our broadcast TV closed captioning, even though it's on our YouTube channel. They're now saying footage that we shoot is broadcast TV. They have no jurisdiction. I went and read the law. But they're saying they're going to fine me. Good, I'll go to court with you too, you little maggots. There's no amount of money you can get out of America to keep the country up. It's designed to implode, you idiots. This is an absolute war. They're murdering everyone. None of you that think you're part of the power structure are winning. You're chumps. You're idiots. And you know, that caller calls in about people laughing at him about being a conspiracy theorist, saying vaccines are hurting people. I mean, for 30 years, they've had a vaccine damage, you know, what is it, $8 billion fund now, quietly paying out all the people that die in the hospital. See, their big threat is they want to kill you and have you go home and your kid have a convulsion and just lower their IQ. But when, you know, they have a too big a response and they die, God, it's like abortion. You know, it's illegal to kill a baby if it comes all the way out, so they call that the worst thing. They want to be able to kill the baby, you know, just 90% out of the womb so they can get the job done. And it just absolutely enrages them when they've got to chop the child up quietly, you know, tell the nurses to leave the room because they're committing a felony right there. It's the same thing. They want to make sure you go home so that baby has that blood run out of their nose at home because we're going to make some money with the police. Yeah, let's kill that baby. Let's take it from the parents. Woo, it's fun. It's fun. And I sit here watching them murder everybody. I'll just leave it up to God and hope somebody else I've told to go warn people will tell them. I just can't do it today. Because I got to go turn my charm on, and then I might have to argue with them, and it's exhausting caring. It's exhausting, but at the same time, that kid, they're going to murder that kid if we don't do something about it. I want to beat somebody's ass right now. You want to get right down to the bottom line? I am sick of all this crap. I am sick of all the bullies and all the scum. They got explosions going off when I'm getting mad. You guys are funny. Because finally they'd found one of the terrorists. You know, they talk about patriots, they're terrorists. And then it got bad. They found a pocket constitution in my film Police State, and the police go, I don't know if this is legal. And they start going, God. Folks, I'm not joking. The head state police guy goes, I don't know if this is legal. Is that the right she's talking about? Does it mean she's allowed to have it? I don't know if this contraband is legal. That is just extremist stuff. I mean, it was like Porky Pig with a lobotomy. There it is. Business Insider. Google caught secretly hacking Apple software to track people, iPhone and Mac users. Yeah, that's nothing. Print that too. No. They hack your actual computer with Google Cars. Google Cars caught hacking. I'm already getting into this. I said I'd get into it in the next segment. This is the ultimate hacking group. And it turns out when they said Drudge was hacking people, or Drudge had malware 2 years ago, this is in Kurt's article linked to Mainstream News. Turns out it was Google's own software in the ad packages run by a third party that they said was spying on people. So I'm going to explain that again. That's just like our government funds Al-Qaeda to attack countries. Then they give them heat-seeking missiles, and then we've got to give our rights up because Al-Qaeda's got heat-seeking missiles. And that's like Google is spying on you, but then on its ad software that they buy up we've used like 3 different companies to serve our ads. Google's bought every one of them. They just bought the last company we're now using, so we've got to find another one. So the only thing our IT people think this may be is that again, because we've got some Google software running on one part of things that they're now blocking us because they have a frickin' monopoly on ad software. I mean, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I have trouble dealing with this level of hypocrisy. Google is sued by dozens of customers after snooping on 10 million iPads. Yeah, that's just the latest, guys. Print me all that. 2 years ago, they had to plead guilty. I think it was in France, but they've also got caught doing it here. Google hacks computers, steals passcodes with Google cars. It's the Google cars that go around taking the photos. They got antenna. It is, did Google get off easy with $7 million for Y-Spy settlement? Yeah, there it is. You see a Google car driving around? It ain't just taking photos, Jack, of your house. Okay? That is an NSA globalist imperial probe droid. That's the same thing. That's the same thing the smart meters are. They bragged 15 years ago they were going to put, quote, smart meters on your house. You hear smart, you better run. And all the new appliances, from toasters to clock radios to washing machines, all of them watch and listen and track everything you're doing. And now they say, oh, we are going to control the heat in your house. I remember reading about that 10 years ago, and people like, you kook, they're not going to control the temp. Then they come out 2 years ago and go, we actually are going to control your thermostat. I mean, if that isn't malware hacking, and now I'm getting these reports everywhere. And I've just been so busy, I told IT to look into it. And now Kurt finds about it because it's in the news, that Google is lying and saying we're putting malware on you so you don't go to Infowars.com when they are, if I'm a sinner, they're Satan. This is Satan saying I'm evil. Well, get behind me, Google. Get behind me, Satan, Beelzebub, Baphomet, Leviathan. In the name of Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior, get behind me, Google. This is authoritarianism, calling itself liberal, calling itself conservative. And then you see JCPenney with a good-looking teapot a few months ago. It looks, it's like looking at a cloud and saying, I see Hitler. It's got a handle where it's supposed to be. It's got a top, a round top. It's silver. Let's start rolling some of this footage for people that are watching on PrisonPlanet.tv. Here is the evil. Here is the evil teapot. We're going to show the teapot first. Yes, there's the teapot that they say is so horrible and that is so evil. And then going back to the piece that I put together with Rob Dew, there is the evil teapot, and then there is my French bulldog. Now, I could have probably seen Hitler in a pile of dirt outside my house, but instead I started looking at Captain, our French bulldog. And I got to admit it, I'm like a closet Nazi because I kiss him right on his Hitler mustache. That dog gets kisses from me, okay? And from my children. They're sitting supporting Hitler. And look at him. I mean, he even looks like Hitler. His eyes kind of look like Hitler. He's got no fur on his lip, and so it looks like a Hitler mustache. That dog, JCPenney's banned those teapots and had them destroyed. So I'm taking Captain today into the pound, and I'm going to have him put him in a gas chamber and kill him like they do stray dogs. And I'm sad, but I'm going to prove that I'm not racist, and I'm going to sacrifice him on the altar of political correctness to prove I'm not racist and to satisfy Al Sharpton. So, Captain, should I give him lethal injection or give him the pressure chamber? I mean, I don't want him to feel any pain. I love the dog. But, I mean, he does look like Hitler. And I realized I want to apologize. Maybe I should be gassed because I just realized my wife and I chose a dog when he was a puppy that had a Hitler mustache because of a subconscious racism. Can we put the racism back up on air only to illustrate it and to apologize? Ladies and gentlemen, I want to apologize. Can we show my racist dog before we added the Iron Cross and the helmet, the Kaiser helmet, the World War I Field Marshal helmet? I mean, look at him, folks. That I'm so ashamed that my dog is Hitler. In fact, it may be a genetic experiment. He may actually be Adolf Alois Hitler. Perhaps he escaped to America and is hiding out, not Argentina. No, they were all hiding at the CIA, as a French bulldog. Ladies and gentlemen, even the dog tag around his neck is of a bone. The Nazi skull and crossbones had a skull above a bone. Oh my gosh, he is wearing a Nazi necklace. Folks, this is just as bad as the teapot. Look at that little bronze bell. That's a death's head too. Well, thank God JCPenney banned that. And you know what? I'm going to call the ADL and Southern Poverty Law Center and ask their advice. Should I euthanize Captain? Folks, I'm joking. I'm not serious. I'm illustrating absurdity by being absurd. I love Captain, and I love him a lot. He does get kisses. I had an idea. I said, I bet if, making a joke about the JCPenney teapot, which obviously looks nothing like Hitler and wasn't meant to be Hitler. I mean, it is insane that my French bulldog looks like he has a Hitler mustache because he doesn't have any fur on his upper lip. He's got black skin. He's got black spots on him. There's a black spot right there. Are there other racist animals that need to be taken to be gotten rid of like the teapots? And we did find some. If you type in Hitler animals or Hitler dog, we found a baby English bulldog, very racist, Heiling Hitler. Not only does its nose look like a Hitler mustache, look at the hate in the eyes. The dog has been trained to raise its arm. And, I mean, look, alert Al Sharpton immediately. And there's cats. Look at that cat right there. It's got a little bit of black on its nose. It's got black on its head that makes it look like Hitler. Adolf Hitler. Look at, I've seen boxers, too. out that look a little bit like Hitler. And I'm going to walk over and I'm going to say, hey, you need to be sent for re-education because we all know that you are basically in league with Hitler. And you know, I can sit here and joke about this, folks. It tears my heart out to know how conscious this authoritarianism is and how they get us all obsessed with imaginary stuff. While meanwhile, we're all losing our Bill of Rights and Constitution, our basic freedom. Or just search engine that. Federal curriculum teaches students that 3 times 4 equals 11. No, it equals tyranny. It equals mind control. And bad-mouthing the Bill of Rights and the Constitution equals those people need to leave this country. They're involved in sedition. Because you got free speech all day, folks. But when you try to take over the government, yes, the Daily Caller, Obama math under new Common Core, 3 times 4 equals 11. And then they've got the training video. I just can't handle it anymore. I mean, it's like Obama last Thursday was on CNN. And we're going to play this clip coming up. Go ahead and cue it up. I'll get to that now and then Sherry in the next segment. And he says, you know, the CNN reporter's like, so should we have concerns? I mean, are they spying on us? And he goes, no, there are not even allegations that we're spying on your email. That's like saying there are not even allegations that Hitler had a mustache under his nose. There are not even allegations that the symbol of the Washington Redskins is a chief. There are not even allegations that SEALs have flippers. There are not even allegations, ladies and gentlemen, that pit bulls sometimes eat children. There are not even allegations that police wear blue uniforms. There are not even allegations that Niagara Falls is a waterfall. There are not even allegations that the most famous building in New York City is the Empire State Building. There are not even allegations that Barack Obama is the president of the United States. There are not even allegations that Austin, Texas is the capital of Texas. There are not even allegations that George Washington was the first president of the Republic. There are not even allegations that the Pentagon is shaped like a pentagon. There are not even allegations that federal street signs are green and yellow. There are not even allegations that Washington is on the Potomac. There are not even allegations that the Queen of England wears a crown on top of her head. There are not even, I mean, ladies and gentlemen, the level of lying and talking down to you. Do we have that clip? Here is our leader.
Do some of these systems end up being like a loaded gun out there that somebody at some future point could abuse?
Oh,
because
could
there are no
abuse.
allegations.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I am very confident, knowing the NSA and how they operate, that purposely somebody's out there trying to abuse this program or listen in on people's email.
You're confident in that?
I am confident in that.
See, a regular person thinks you make money by working hard, inventing something, writing something, making music, you know, cooking good food, however you make your money. They make money by shutting your business off and setting up theirs. They make their money by shutting down the power plant, and theirs makes double money. They make money by making you buy their smart meter, making you buy their Obamacare. I mean, it's just total mafia government.
How we're going to get control of it.
Man, I tell you, they're buying billions of bullets, armored vehicles, the troops. They're trying to get robot drones and robot ground forces, and Al Sharpton and all the globalists say, hey, forget your guns, we got drones. That's what they're saying. They're mafia. They're going, we'll kill you, we got drones, we'll arrest you. And they're like, because they're actually scared. They couldn't hold Baghdad. They couldn't hold anything. I'm not bashing the troops for not being able to do that. It was an evil war. They're not going to be able to hold this unless they hold our minds. So they're busy going, we'll kill you, we got drones, we'll take it. Yeah, you know what? It's true, we will torture you. You know what? It is in the Army report. We torture little kids in front of their parents. And most people go, man, I'm scared. Okay, take whatever I got. Well, the answer is not to roll over to these people. The answer is for the military and police and everybody to go, my God, and get on our knees and repent. I mean, here's the deal. Evil has already stolen the wealth of America and gotten very powerful off our wealth. Now it's trying to fully convert the takeover and keep the ill-gotten gains. We've got to get the word out and resist this. We've absolutely got to do that and just resist them at every level and realize how bad they are. If people knew how evil the system is and how it's taken over everywhere right now, if people knew what I knew or what you knew or what people who've experienced this knew, they'd know how desperate it is, how desperate this is. And, I mean, that's really it. We've got to get desperate because, again, they want to keep the food, the entertainment flowing like opium. It's like they're chopping our legs off one piece at a time, but they're pumping us full of painkillers. We've got to get off the TV, get off all the devil stuff, get off all the distractions, and really wake up and go, man, these people are chewing on our toes. They've already chewed our toes off. We can make it without our toes, but not without our feet. We got to kick them off, and then they're going to hiss and have blood dripping out their mouth and go, I was just helping you. And you're like, no, you're not. They're like, yes, lay back down. Lay back down. Here, take more. Let the TSA grope your wife. I mean, they're demons. We got to realize they're little vampiric, it's for your good. Checkpoints on the highway, telling your kids to spy on you. And you're like, no, history says that's bad. Bill of Rights says that's bad. My gut tells me you're bad. No, I'm not bad. I'm your friend. I mean, you've got to realize what they are. They're demons. And they've got a bunch of good old boys, procedure, I do whatever they tell me. Well, you know what? You're going to pay the price for that.
Please welcome Alex Jones.
First off, I want to salute everybody who came out here in defiance of tyranny. Civilizations go one way or the other. You either become more free or you become enslaved. And there are only a few countries worldwide where you can still own firearms. Governments worldwide controlled by powerful anti-free market corporate interests like Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, and others have financed programs from Australia to France, from England to South Africa to disarm the people. Whether it was King George 235 years ago who wanted disarmed slaves, or whether it was Santa Anna 177 years ago, or whether it was Adolf Hitler or Mao Zedong, these scumbags are all the same. They are bullies that think we're going to lay down to them and lick their boots. I can assure you that if William Barrett Travis was here, or the others that died in this sacred shrine were here, they would give us a rebel yell of liberty. I can assure you they knew full well they were going to die, but they were so angry watching people tied up and shot in the back of the head all over Texas because they wouldn't turn their guns in that they came down here to show an example of what you do in the face of tyrants. And that's what you're doing here right now, today. And I'll tell you, I'm no different than my ancestors. You're no different than your ancestors. My ancestors on both sides of my family started the Texas Revolution. And I'm here to tell you that revolution was a continuation of human beings fighting against bullies and tyrants in every civilization throughout history. And this is the struggle of the individual against the bullies and the tyrants. And I salute you all for being here today. This is the heart of 1776. It wasn't one of the reasons that the war against King George began. It was the central, main, final reason at Lexington and Concord. And it wasn't one of the reasons there was a rebellion against the dictator Santa Anna, later thrown out in Mexico proper. It was the main central reason they met at Washington on the Brazos, where my great-great-great-great-great-grandfather heirs helped kick the whole thing off to say, we're not turning our guns in, and we're not running, and we're not backing down. If you want them, come and take them. And make no mistake, the entire world is watching us. There are shrines in here sent from places like Japan. And our fight for liberty includes every man, woman, and child, black, white, Hispanic, Asian, old, young. It doesn't matter. You have a right to self-defense, and that's what this is all about. There is a fight worldwide to take your guns. Dianne Feinstein, Handgun Control Incorporated, the few dozen Democratic Party operatives, they're going to have marching here in a little while, the so-called moms. They are here to disarm you while Homeland Security buys tens of thousands of armored vehicles and buys billions of bullets and trains with paper targets of little children. As Patrick Henry said, they're already gearing up. They're already getting ready. These weapons are for us and none other. And that's why we're here in defiance. And I will assure you, I will tell you right now, that if the people that died here could see us now, and I believe they can, they would be proud of each and every one of you, and I salute you again. They died for us, and countless others throughout history died for us. I don't normally blow my voice out about 30 seconds, but I tell you, this is sacred ground here, just like Lexington, just like Concord. My friends, it's all about standing up against tyranny, and it is about liberty or death. It is what Travis put in that final letter, victory or death, because the victory, my friends, was the fight for the right to self-defense and not being slaves. I want Mexico today to get a Second Amendment. Do you think Mexico would be the murder capital of the world right now? Do you think they would be the murder capital of the world right now if they had a Second Amendment? They are a countrywide Chicago where only the criminals have the guns. And that's why we need to have 1776 worldwide. That's why. Drink some water here. I'm almost done, folks, but I had to come down here just to tell you that the police officers that are here, the Homeland Security people that are here, all of them, you are going to be enslaved by this system. You will be targeted first when the globalists actually take over, and you know that in your gut. And there is an awakening happening worldwide, and we are that tip of the spear, and I am so proud of Texas. We will take our rights back in San Antonio. We will take our rights back in Austin. We will take our rights back in Chicago. We will take our rights back in Beijing. We will take our rights back in Mexico City. We will take our rights back in Australia and England and everywhere else, because there is a worldwide awakening that is happening right now. We must hang together and retake Texas and then the Republic, because the globalists know the world is waking up to them, so they are accelerating a program to take over. We are in a key juncture in history. You can politically see it, you can feel it, you know it. And that's why I admire people like Martin Luther King, who would be arrested for his basic rights and to stand up against laws that were unconstitutional. And it's the same thing with the folks that are wearing their firearms openly, which is already legal and lawful in many states. In other areas, those laws are what are in violation of the supreme law of the land, the Bill of Rights, and the Constitution, that only points out God-given basic rights that were there all along, but we have to breathe life into them. In closing, the reason we have to do this, and an example of the tyranny we face, is that everyone I know who lives in Hayes County, Williamson County, Travis County, and even in more rural areas than that, on 100-acre, 200-acre farms, are having folks move in, great folks who are ignorant. We need to wake them up and save them. They've been brainwashed, they're zombies. They're coming in and calling the police on folks when they're deer hunting or target shooting, and the police actually show up and arrest people even though there's no law, because they've been told by the feds and get the 30 pieces of silver to do it. They are persecuting gun owners everywhere. We are a persecuted group because the globalists know that we're the seed of political understanding that will sweep away their tyranny. And that is why they're coming after us. So we have to either get on our knees as slaves or get on the offense and take this country back. Remember what Dianne Feinstein said. She said, if I could get the votes, Miss and Miss America, turn in all your guns. They want all our guns. They're not misguided. They're not misguided liberals. They are authoritarians who are arming to the teeth against us. They want to make us their slaves. And to Obama and Dianne Feinstein and all the tyrants like Joe Biden and all those that came before them, you can take my gun from my cold dead hand. in the words of Charlton Heston. But believe me, we're not going to lay down if you offensively attack us. We're going to stand up, just as they did at Lexington Concord. They didn't shoot first. They didn't ask for the trouble, but they said if they mean to have a war, they're going to have one. Because these globalists, they are the usurpers that have come into our country and taken it over. They are the occupiers. They have captured our nation. They brag that they've captured America. Well, to chase Manhattan, to all the big mega banks, you don't run this country, you've stolen it by fraud, and we've identified you, and we're taking the republic back. God bless you all. Yeah! Yeah! And don't be mean to the Million Mom March, all 5 of them. These are pathetic zombies. Just realize they're stupid victims that want us to live like they do, slaves.
I'll tell you.
Was he a mugger or something?
Yeah, he was a home invader, robbing their home. And they haven't found him yet. So they're talking about how great it is that she...
Well, you come in my house, you're dead. In fact, I'll show people on air right now. And people are so scared of firearms. I mean, you come in here trying to kill people, it's over.
Well, you guys
we got a bunch of
here, right? You can carry it.
Yeah, we got a bunch of guys that are armed back there.
I think it's great.
But I mean, what's the big deal?
Yeah.
I mean, the criminal's going to have a gun anyways.
What is that, a 45?
This is a 357.
Nice.
I mean, I only have this because even though I'm a good shot and good with, like more complex firearms and semi-autos, under stress.
Yeah.
I mean, with this even short barrel, a medium barrel, I can shoot a man-sized target at 7,500 yards. Okay, so somebody comes in here, I'm not missing.
Yeah.
And plus, this is pretty much a high velocity, almost a rifle round. So this is one of the most deadly rounds out there for a handgun. It's
do you
much
know
better
what would
to
happen if you whipped that out in Chicago? In a mall, you know, or you had it in your studio. If you were in Mancow's studio and you took it out, people would crap their pants.
But if they saw the government with it, they'd feel safe.
Right, right. There's nothing wrong with that. You're an American man. You have a Foyd car. You know, you've done all the things. By the way, you can't get ammo in Chicago.
By the way, we have butcher knives in there.
Right, right. Or swimming pools. Kids can drown in swimming pools.
Or die from that.
Knives, whatever. This man broke into her house and he pummeled her.
What a tough guy.
It was disgusting. I mean, it was just revolting. And my thought was, well, yeah, great if she would have had a gun, except if it was.
Is that it right there? Scroll down.
Yes. Oh, God. It's terrible. It is disgusting to see this.
And why is he doing this to her?
He's robbing the home, and worse off, her child is watching. And if you have a gun, great. But if you have it locked up and you don't have ammo close by, you still can't do anything. This man...
Did we post this on Infowars.com?
It's unbelievable. And he keeps coming back. This guy is a complete lunatic. And then he throws her down the stairs. Here's the miracle of miracles. She's alive. She's alive.
Well, this is good Stockholm Syndrome. Look, she's groveling.
It's unbelievable.
And look, the kids are watching.
Yeah.
Only in America will we put up with this. In England, he'd probably sue her if his fists were hurt, and they would rule.
Yeah.
I'm not joking. This is unbelievable.
It's crazy.
All right, Matt, thank you so much. 1530WCKG.com. People with no criminal records. Remember, you're the main target. You're the food. You're going to make the good prisoners at the factory prisons. The new prisons are for the gun owners. And we're like, all right, get out of the vehicle. I'm going to search it. The veteran, highly decorated, one case, runs a big charity for veterans that are hurt. He's trying to, later when he's arrested, he's like, well, I run a veterans group. I have no criminal record. I'm highly decorated. They're like, buddy, you're who we want in jail. Okay? I mean, you understand you're the food. You're the enemy. You're done. You've helped build the empire. We're spiking you like that cannon. They want all the guns spiked in Missouri? Or you got to spike them, fill them, ruin them, go in and show them so it's worthless. This is on record. Or you turn them in. And the troops, you're a weapon. You're to be spiked. They're going to take your rights. They're going to declare you mentally ill. They're going to take they're going to take everything you got. Until you say, you're crooks, we don't buy what you do. You're crooks. We know you're crooks. We know the government is illegitimate. If we don't start doing that, there's no future, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? You've got to get out of your trance. So we're going to get more into that. And they illegally search the vehicles and go, what is this? You got 5 30-round mags. Well, I didn't even know that law had gone into effect yet. I got to turn those in, or those are illegal. Doesn't even say what you do with them, just they're illegal. All right, handcuffs, boom, your life's over, 5 felonies. And that jury will sit there and salute and go, 20 years in prison. Yeah, just yeah. And And when their house gets taken because of property taxes, their neighbors will be good. Take that house. Just destroy America. Ruin everything. Shut the power plants down. Raise the taxes. Bankrupt everything. Yeah! Raise taxes on the poor and say you didn't, and the poor will beg you to take all their paycheck. Yeah! 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 More! I mean, it is just over the top. Oh, holy Toledo. I mean, Calgon, take me away. I mean, it's just...
Calgon, take me away.
Lose your cares in the luxury of a Calgon bath. Calgon softens the water to leave skin feeling silky smooth as it lifts your spirits. The soft, luxurious, fragrant world of Calgon.
I love it.
Pamper yourself.
I love the fluoride water and Prozac. Anyways, getting back to what I was saying. I call Watson up at 6 a.m. and I go, oh, what you got going on? And he said, well, do you know that Jack Swagger, the villain of the WWE, he said there's a bunch of videos. I'm going to do a quick report on it. They get up there and discredit the Tea Party with Gadsden flags and say really ridiculous stuff like, you know, all Mexicans are bad. I love Alex Jones. And his manager has a Yosemite Sam voice, like, I eat some rabbits. But instead it's like, I eat some Mexicans. But I love me some Alex Jones. Oh, you love Mexican? I love Rush Limbaugh. That's actually... And I said, Watson, when you write this article, the comments are going to be, it's just entertainment. What's the big deal? On a bad day, it's got 14 million viewers. 14 million viewers. Now, on a good day, Piers Morgan has 500,000. The Piers Morgan thing was big because it got picked up on hundreds of outlets. Jay Leno, you name it. Okay? But Piers Morgan, 500,000. WWE, 14 million. 14 million with an audience of up to 50,000 people in there watching it. And some people go because it's a joke. I totally get it. Like, I've thought about going to it for entertainment purposes. I've heard good old boys go, well, good, that is a plan, actually. Let all them brown people kill themselves. I mean, what's that going to do to oil prices? What's that going to do morally? I mean, I guarantee you these guys would not go over there with a hammer and beat all these kids' brains out. I mean, I guarantee you they're looking at those little kids' eyes. They wouldn't have the will to nerve gas them. But they'll give nerve gas to Al-Qaeda and let them nerve gas little kids so that they can then take over the region. It's all this, you know, they keep their hands clean. The CFR, the rest of them, they sit back and just let horrible stuff go on. And I don't know how they spiritually can't feel the impending doom, that there's no way they're going to get away with it or their kids are going to get away with it. There are laws in this universe. And I know I'm ranting here. It's just that it's called God fear. And being God-fearing means you just realize the intergalactic rules here of the universe and of providence, that doing horrible things consciously and then reveling in it is the ultimate sin, saying, I know it's bad and I like it and I want to do it and I choose evil because I'm in charge and I'll do whatever I want. That is the essence of evil. That is the essence of saying, I want to be bad. I want to be evil. I want to do nasty stuff. I want to hurt innocent people. I want to be the wickedest of the wicked. And it's those people that are going to destroy humanity if they have their way. Again, I want to explain something. They sell everything in this culture like it's Cowboys, Redskins, Steelers versus the 49ers. It's all us against them. It is very simple. People buy into it. And that's what basically Elysium does. It is a very powerful film, very entertaining, and very deep on multiple levels. That said, it is globalist propaganda to have people identify basically racially with socialism and collectivism as the Latin American population doubles to take over North America politically as part of the North American Union that is in the SPP plan. But not to bring freedom to Latin America, to bring down the entire system and make sure there's no middle class, only a tiny ultra elite like you have in Latin America over the rest. But it sells it like every white person is a murderous, evil robot that feeds on the angel Hispanics and angel black people. And the only good white person is really Hispanic himself. He just looks, what you'd call, like pure, quote, Anglo, and that's Matt Damon. And he sacrifices himself as the Christ figure because of the evil white people. I mean, it is unbelievable. And it's anti-European. It's anti-Dutch. It's anti-French. America is basically Elysium and Germany and France and England. And it has subliminals in it. I got to go see it again. I mean, and take notes, and not when it's midnight, the first showing, because I was also tired. It was unbelievably evil. It has Mark of the Beast. That's a genetic tattoo that everybody wants to get, so it sells that idea. It sells transhumanism as the way to go. It is incredible. But it is a masterpiece beyond District 9, and that was his first big film. This guy is certainly an amazing artist, but of course he's a white guy as well. Neil Blomkamp. Amazing. And Kurt Nimmo's article is accurate because they admitted about a month ago, yeah, it's about immigration, about open borders worldwide. Hey, can I have open borders to Mexico? Oh, no, I can't go there. Oh, hey, can I go to, can I go move into Japan and immigrate there? Not if I don't have millions of dollars. I mean, it's just, they have Homeland Defense robots. So it also has a message saying Homeland Security is a tyranny. And it also admits that there's an elite that's going to have life extension technologies, and you're not going to have it. So it has a lot of truths in it. But it says communism will give you all the free goodies when it deploys as a nightmare, and that it's racial and that white people are bad. So the film is incredibly dangerous. I got to go see it again and just take notes. I mean, it is the new level of propaganda. Blomkamp, Neil Blomkamp, makes Joseph Goebbels look like a lobotomized rat. I mean, this was just propaganda hammer. And also the Black Ops teams, when they're in live satellite stuff, they're blurred out even as they're killing people. Just like Google blurs out when you, I mean, it had a lot of subtle stuff in it. Jakari Jackson, who went with us, he picked up the Mark of the Beast stuff. It was truly amazing. And it also sells, kind of like a scum, gangster, Latino culture, as if that's the Hispanic culture. It tries to brand that's the cool thing. Doing drugs, partying, that's really tough and wonderful. So like MS-13 is really sexy. So it was also meaning to brand a gang culture for Hispanics as a psychological warfare weapon to hurt them. It was, this guy may even be the front guy. I mean, this had armies of psychiatrists and people working on it. So I'm going to finish up with my Elysium review. And then we're going to get Larry Klayman, the lawyer, who I know well, on with the father of one of the heroic Navy SEALs who died in SEAL Team 6. The father of Michael Strange, Charles Strange, is going to be joining us. By the way, I went to the film with Darren McBreen, Marcos Morales, Kit Daniels, Shane Steiner, myself, Jakari Jackson. So, there was Hispanic folks there, black guy there, white guys there, whatever. We're all just human beings, friends. Everybody agreed. Yeah, no, the white guys are the bad guy. Europeans are the bad guys. White South Africans are really the bad guys in the future, hundreds of years from now. And the only good white guy is Matt Damon because he kills himself for the Latin Americans that basically are living down here in the United States. And my whole question is, if Mexico and stuff's so bad and America is basically Elysium, that's the analogy, well then, I mean, why is Mexico so bad? Why is Brazil so bad? Because they've been under globalist-type operations, and the globalists are trying to duplicate that here. And the globalists see the numbers. The world's what you'd call 7% white was just 9% just a decade ago. It'll be like 3% within another 30, 50 years. In fact, it's predicted that, quote, white Caucasians will be extinct within 100 years. There will be no white people. And they teach in college, that's good, get rid of them, we're bad. Whatever you do. And my whole issue is, is that I'm sitting here as a white guy being told I'm just inherently evil. But the only reason that's happening is the globalists are trying to play our countries off against each other. They're trying to play our religions off, race off, all that. In the name of fighting racism, they're selling it and pushing it. And this is hardcore branding for all Latin Americans, that all the whites are out to get you and they don't want to share the stuff they've got with you. So let's say we kill all the white people. Get rid of all those business owners. I mean, what if I wasn't here? And then I got people of all, quote, races. They're all just human beings working here. I mean, well, will that help them if I was gone? Would it help somebody if I didn't go to, say, a Hispanic-owned restaurant? Will that help him if the gringo's dead? I mean, this is unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. This is kill all the gringos, and then 20 billion people can go live on a space station that 100,000 can live on. And then it makes getting the life extension technology, getting real technological equity, it makes it a communist Latin American thing. They sell communism and collectivism based on liberation theology, racism, as the way to get ahead. And so if we take billions of people into the U.S. and give them all free welfare, because the archetype is just a machine, just heals you. Just, hey, we'll take your business like in Cuba, and then it'll be a paradise. Well, no, that doesn't happen. And this is all financed by ultra-rich that are exempt and are offshore, and Google funds all this open border stuff while they're building floating cities and space stations that they say they're actually building Elysium, and they're using our money to build it, and they're going to all have us fight with each other. You don't fix the world with new science, new inventions, new technology coming together around a culture of liberty. No, no, no. You fix it with gang tattoos and drinking and smoking pot and killing white people. And just, you know, there's religion in it with the nun speaking to him, you're going to change the world. I mean, it is pure liberation theology, probably foundation written. This is unbelievable. Just how, I mean, I'm against Birth of a Nation, the famous Ku Klux Klan film. I protested the Ku Klux Klan, but they have nothing. I mean, Ku Klux Klan can't tie their shoelaces, ladies and gentlemen. This is an anti-white movie, but it's okay because as long as it's, you can be anything you want as long as it's anti-white. But you can't criticize anybody else for what they're doing. The only racism is whites, and the message is you kill them, you save the world. This is a racist, degenerate movie.